Hello, my name is Sue Busey, and I work at Connections, a center for healthy families. And this is Nadia King. She is our outreach and education coordinator. And our most valuable employee that we have is right here at my feet. This is Louie. Louie is our facility courthouse dog, and I'll tell you about him in just a minute. Connections, a Center for Healthy Families, houses 4 programs that serve Grays Harbor and Pacific County. We do parent education for families throughout both counties. I don't know about you guys, but when my kids were born, the hospital forgot to give me that book that said how to raise your kids, with no problems. But I did have the Encyclopedia of Knowledge, which was my mother, and several support people. Lots of our families that are having kids now don't have that Encyclopedia of Knowledge with them that can help them with their kids when they're having, when they have questions. And so our parenting class offers that to parents that are struggling. We get referrals from the Department of Children, Youth, and Families, as well as just community referrals. People just saying, I need some help and I really don't know what to do, and I want to be the best parent I can. We've been providing parenting classes throughout Grays Harbor County for over 23 years now. We also provide parent-child visitations, so when kiddos come into the foster care system, we provide a place for them to either maintain the bond with their parents while their parents are taking care of the things that they need to take care of, or help them establish a bond if that bond has not been established, with the goal, of course, of reunification once the parents have got the skills that they needed to be able to successfully parent their children. The other program that we have is called a Parent-Child Assistance Program, or PCAP as we refer to it. PCAP is a 3-year intensive home visitation model with the target population that we serve being moms who have a chemical addiction and have a child between the ages of birth and up to 2 years old. So the goal being to prevent future drug-addicted births. This is a research program through the University of Washington, and it's really been very successful for us throughout the state, but really in Grays Harbor. This program allows us, the first year we're kind of pushing and I don't want to say shoving, but really, really strongly encouraging these mamas to set goals for themselves, no matter what those goals are, and then help them walk that path to achieve those goals. The second year, we're still walking beside them. We're helping them, with schedules and doing whatever they may need. By the time the third year comes around for these mamas, the goal really is that we're seeing a change in people. We're seeing moms who are in recovery. We're seeing moms who have been clean. And we're seeing the footprint of the harbor change. It's very exciting. I don't know the actual percentage, but there's a very large number of moms that have come through our program that started out really with the very bare minimum, like almost nothing, who now have gained employment, have got an education, and are self-sufficient. So it's super exciting to watch that progress as they move through the process. And Louie's program is our Children's Advocacy Center. So a Children's Advocacy Center is a place where kiddos can go when they've made outcries of sexual or physical abuse or are witness to violent crime. So we have trained forensic interviewers who meet with the children and talk to them in a comfortable, safe, secure environment. And Louie has a big role in that. he gets to go with the kiddo when they go in to talk about these unthinkable things that have happened to them in their lives. And Louie lays right beside the child. Sometimes he moves up really close to them. One story I can tell that it's always my go-to story, and it gets me every time, is we had a kiddo telling their story, and they were starting to cry and had little tears rolling down their face. And Louie got up from his place on the couch, he walked over, and he licked the tears off of this little person's face. Everybody had to pause. The forensic interviewer paused, and that child was able to go ahead and completely tell their story and make a full disclosure as to what had happened in their life. It's pretty amazing. He's also able to go with the child to their counseling appointments. We have on-site counseling, and he accompanies the child when they're meeting with the therapist. And if the child has to go to court, Louie can go into the courtroom with them. He's approved by the judge to go in and sit where he won't be a distraction to anyone. We got Louie about 4 years ago from Canine Companions out of Santa Rosa, California, and he was gifted to us. He's about a $50,000 or $60,000 dog if you were to just go out and purchase a dog. He gets the same training as service dogs, PTSD dogs for veterans, etc. He just really fit the criteria of being a facility courthouse dog. He's pretty mellow. He reads people very easy. He's just a pretty amazing dog. I've had people ask me, does he just work with kids? And so another story that I could tell, I was in the witness room at the courthouse with the family. It's been it's been probably 3 years ago now because we haven't been in the courtroom because of COVID, but there was, the family was in there. It was time for the child to go upstairs and testify. So Louie and the child and I went upstairs. The child testified, had Louie by their side, testified, came back down to the witness room where the parents were. One of the parents had not heard any of the story that the child had to share. And so when the prosecutor came in and was debriefing with the parents and the child, one parent became extremely distraught. And Louie got up on the couch. The child is over here playing. Louie got up on the couch, walked over one parent, and went and laid completely on the lap of the other parent. And he's a pretty big dog. He's a 60-pound dog. And he laid on this parent's lap while this parent heard the horrible things that their child had talked about, had happened to them. And he was able to provide so much support for the adult in this case. The child really seemed to be fairly resilient at this point, but the parent really needed his love and attention at that moment. He makes his way around our office, so he has beds we have several offices, so he has beds in all the offices in the agency, and he just kind of makes his way around. Shortly after we first got him, he wanted to go in the office across the hall from me, and I kept saying, Louie, you need to come back in here. You need to stay in here. I have a dog gate, a baby gate, to keep him in my office, and he just wasn't having it. So I opened that. He walked across the hall, and he would not leave one staff person alone. He wouldn't leave her alone. And finally I said to her, are you okay? And she said, I don't know. I said, are you feeling okay? And she said, I don't know if I feel okay or not. I think something is wrong. And so we waited a little bit longer, and she said, no, I'm not okay. So we we're in Montesano now, very close to the fire department. So she went down to the fire department, and they checked her over. They actually transported her to the hospital because her blood sugar was so very low. And he had detected that, and he was not going to leave her alone until we got her some help. So the things that he can do is really amazing. I think we have 17 accredited children's advocacy centers across the state. And in those 17 accredited centers, probably 8 of those have facility courthouse dogs. So they're pretty well recognized throughout the state. So we're super excited that we got invited out here to the amazing ocean shores today. We got out here a little early. Louie got to go to the beach and run around, got to have his dinner. Really enjoyed that. Susan and the North Beach Project Connect invited us out here. We love to come out and be part of events. Not only here, we would love to come I know we have members of the city council here, other community members. If there's ever events that you would like us to come to, we're happy to do that. All you have to do is give us a call at 360-249-0005. My extension is 106, and Nadia's phone number is
360-660-5287. So we have a website they can go to. It's harborconnections.org. We have a whole bunch of pages on there with a ton of information on each of the programs. And we do also have a Facebook page. You'll see our logo on there, as well as we created, trying to expand our social media horizons. We have a Instagram and Twitter page as well, which is also linked on our Facebook.
And next month, April, be on the lookout. It's Child Abuse Awareness Month, so we are going to be plastering all of our social media, getting information out to our schools, any community partners that we have, to spread the word about child abuse awareness, what to do if you see something, say something, who to say it to. If you see blue pinwheels around, you'll know that we've been out. That's our trademark, is pinwheels for prevention. So we'll be having pinwheels all over the county and down into Pacific County. It's exciting stuff. So again, I'm Sue Busey, the director of Connections, a Center for Healthy Families, and we really want to thank you for allowing us to come out here and share Louie with you and share our story. And again, anytime if anyone has an event that they would like us to be present at, we would be happy to bring Louie and come out and do that. Nadia can spread some outreach and education and share information with you.
And I'll actually be at Project Connect on April 26th from 11 to 1 here at the Lions Club in Ocean Shores. We have a ton of information. I bring all sorts of fun stuff.